Sustainability in chemicals is a license to sell topic.
And so if we don't start now, we face the risk of stranded assets against future fiscal policies.
Hi David, sustainability in chemicals is a license to sell topic. It's getting more and more strategic. Can you tell us how Reckitt is managing all those goals?
As you say, chemicals is a big chunk of the global carbon footprint. And although we're not a chemical manufacturer, we know that we have to decarbonise our products because otherwise we face the risk of stranded assets against future fiscal policies. And so if we don't start now, creating and achieving our goal of net zero by 2040 is something that's going to be really challenging in the long term. So we've been looking across the whole portfolio and thinking, how do you prioritise and where do you invest wisely now to make real good start points?
And can you tell us a bit more how you've been going deep into your supply chain emissions to actually go and act where it matters the most?
Well, that's where the partnership with yourselves at CO2AI has been so helpful, because what it's allowed us to do is really understand the detail down to substance level, not just raw material level, but substance level in the ingredients that we use, so that we can track and really dig into where the hotspots of emissions are. So we started off, we looked at 1,000 supply partners, we identified key strategic relationships, and what that led us to was recognition that 24 raw materials are 40% of our total carbon footprint. Indeed, 6 of those raw materials are 25% of the carbon footprint. So that's where we knew we had to start, because that analysis gave us the real detail of where to invest first.
What type of tangible business value do you expect from this work?
Well, what it means is we can direct our own resources to where we'll have the most impact in the short to medium term. And that means we can identify and work with solutions through suppliers, new strategic opportunities. So we're insulating ourselves, building resilience, if you like, into the business, into those products against future fiscal policies. And we make the most effective use of our resources so that as we innovate, we decarbonise. We innovate to be effective, the most effective disinfectant, for example, but we also innovate to decarbonise at the same time. So we actually manage those two things side by side. So for us, it's very much around putting cash and carbon on the same page.
How do you operationalize all this sustainability strategy across the Reckitt teams?
Well, one of our 5 core business priorities is embedding sustainability. But the operative word there is embedding. It's no use if the only person who thinks about the carbon footprint is somebody with sustainability in their job title. We need to use systems and tools that help put that cash and carbon question very much in everybody's minds, the minds of the product developer, the mind of the procurement person talking to different suppliers, the mind of the marketeer when we're making design choices, so that we can address both of those issues for the medium to long term in one throw. It's no good if the only person who thinks about that is a sustainability person. It has to be everybody's job. So when we talk about embedding sustainability, it's about taking that data, turning it into insightful information that the people who do that job day in, day out can use and make informed choices. It doesn't mean that every time we'll go for the lowest carbon option, because we still have to be the most effective disinfectant. It's no use being lower carbon if you don't do the disinfectant job. But allowing that information to flow through to those decision makers in the innovation process means they can balance and blend those different options and get the best balance that we possibly can that builds business resilience. It gives something to talk to consumers about because we know they want lower carbon, more sustainable products. And it means we can make strategic choices about not only how we design a product, but the suppliers we choose and how we manufacture that product in our own sites as well.